Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez here at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. We're going to touch base with Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau here in just a second. Today's topic, we're talking about the 10 most common scams in Nebraska for 2024. And so this will give us an idea of what we can avoid this year in 2025. So without further ado, let's go over and say hello to Josh. Josh Planos, thanks again for joining us here at the Alert Center. Appreciate your time as always.
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline. It's nice to see you in 2025.
I know, the new year, right? Okay, so let's talk about the top three. So there is an extensive list, and we'll kind of leave that as the web extra if people want to kind of do a little bit more research on the side. But here in Nebraska, let's start with number 3. So if I'm not mistaken, that is employment scams, right, Josh?
It is. That consisted of nearly 11% of all of we had 474 verified reports that came in through our scam tracker portal.
Wow.
We know that this number is incomplete. There are studies that will tell you that 80% of fraud in this country goes unreported. So we know that these are smaller figures than the actual problem at hand. And so I would encourage folks to, again, come forward with their story because it does matter. But employment fraud was on the rise. We have seen that consecutively in, I believe, three straight years. And the reason for that is there are a lot of folks who are interested in, not just on days like today where it's really cold, but throughout the year, to have hybrid or remote work opportunities. And a lot of job descriptions look very similar to one another. And so it's really hard to tell if you are actually signing up for a real job or the prospect of a job that just has a lucrative salary range included on it. And what we've found is that a lot of these scams are perpetrated on very reputable websites. Your LinkedIn, your Indeed, your ZipRecruiter, none of these sites are immune to these types of employment-related scams. So it's something to be on the lookout for because there really isn't the safety net that we associate with those websites.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of scary stuff too. It's like, I feel like in this day and age, just with AI and all the opportunities to get scammed, it's almost like best practice now to just like make that phone call, right? I mean, go face to face, make sure you know who you're doing these transactions with.
Jacqueline, I don't know if you remember the old days of applying for a job where you grabbed a physical application, you filled it out with pen, and you submitted it. And now you can apply for 10 jobs
Right.
in 2.5 minutes, right? There is an
Yeah.
easy apply button on LinkedIn where you don't need to do anything. But yet, you think about the amount of information that you share with a recruiter or with a potential new employer. And that's a lot of information, right? And at bare
Yes.
minimum, if we can think a little bit more critically about the amount of information we are giving to someone that we really don't know, and whether or not it's worth that risk. We talk about that pretty regularly, Jacqueline. The risk associated with convenience is considerable, and we do need to be thinking consistently about it.
Yeah, definitely. Josh, let's talk about the number 2 scam, phishing scams.
Yeah, phishing scams, we got a big crash course in it over the past month. All of us have received those text messages, those emails saying that a package is on its way to your front door, or we've had an issue getting your order to you. Can you just verify, your address or verify your biographical information? These are all phishing ploys. They're phishing for information. That's where the name comes from. And these are disseminated through text messages, through emails, through phone calls. They're all meant to get you to engage with them. And sometimes the scam isn't really just that you're verifying that information. It's that you are engaging in any way with this person, right? So a lot of sophisticated scams nowadays, they go from point A to point B, right? There is an initial volley that is sent to the consumer to see if they are going to engage with it. And based on that information, they will deploy alternative or incredibly deceptive tactics, right?
Yeah.
So it might not be that the scam ends with you saying, yes, I'm expecting a package on my front door. It might end up being that they have a whole lot of information ready specific to you that they now will deploy because they know you'll engage with it.
Yeah, something to always take note of there. And then topping the list, right? online purchase scams. And this is so unfortunate that this came in as number one. I mean, you know, we've been talking a lot about online purchase scams seemingly throughout the year in different ways in 2024 at least. So why is this one still coming up top, Josh? What's the deal with online purchase scams?
Yeah, this is something that has been at the top or within the top three for a number of years. The reason being, there are more online transactions than ever before. And people want that convenience, right? They don't want to leave their home to make that purchase. And it's not just that convenience, but how sophisticated a lot of websites look nowadays. It's very easy to mimic reputable companies, reputable retailers that you know and trust. And it's very challenging to get folks to slow things down, particularly when they're shopping on mobile devices, and
Right.
double and triple check the URL. I mean, we have been talking about that at the BBB for more than 10 years, and
Yeah.
yet it is incredibly tough to get folks to realize that they might not be where they think they are, right? Because we all are taken offline very quickly, whether it's on social media or via email or text message. And you know, a scammer wouldn't be very good at what they do if they made a site that looked very obviously like a scam, right? So
Right.
what they're concocting is something that is meant to get you to engage and to get you to trust.
Yeah, and I mean, we were just showing that video of what appears to be a beautiful vacation spot, or, you know, maybe you're looking at, let me head back over there real quick here, just kind of put this video on pause so people can kind of take a look. But yeah, you know, at first glance, this looks great, right? And it may very well be, but, you know, you've just got to make sure that who you're chatting with on the other end of the line, right? I mean, you wouldn't just want to blindly give somebody your credit card and hope all goes well with an online purchase that promises to take you here, right, Josh?
Yeah, and it's not just days like today that all of us want to be there, where the palm trees are and the sunshine is exactly where you want it to be. But it's very difficult to realize that a lot of these are strategic tactics taken by people who are in criminal gangs, criminal enterprises, with very sophisticated technology to lure at your heartstrings, to get you to engage, and to get you to trust them. And I hope, you know, it's not a very sexy New Year's resolution to add skepticism to your diet. But I really think that that is something that is essential in 2025, is to slow down and to be a little bit more critical about the information that's presented to you, and not just accepting it, you know, bait and hook.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, Josh, thank you so much for your time. The list goes on and on here. Those are the top three for the state of Nebraska. And then thankfully you gave me this whole list of states in our viewing area that are also affected. But one thing I thought that was interesting from this list you gave me is that Iowa, so our neighbors, were affected by the same top three scams in 2024. Is that just a regional thing, you think, or?
Yeah, I would say that it does. We tend to see you know, similar trends, right, across regions of the country, in
Sure.
addition to the entire country. But yes, I would say that there is a certain amount of trust that is inherent in Midwestern culture that I do think lends itself to some of the particular scams that are effective in and around the state. I will say though that there's also some digital targeting involved with that, where if you could, you know, send out an email blast to all of Omaha and Southwest Iowa, or you know, kind of the designated media markets in those regions, there is a certain amount of territory that is covered with those scattershot
Yeah.
approaches. So, but yes, I would say that typically what is prevalent in Nebraska is also prevalent in Iowa, which is also prevalent in Florida and
Hmm.
Washington. Right? It
Yeah.
really does stretch across the country.
Yeah, unfortunately it does. All right, Josh. Well, thank you so much for your time today, as always. And we'll be chatting with you next week, hopefully.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
All right, we'll see ya. So yeah, guys, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for tuning in at the Alert Center. Every Tuesday, barring breaking news, of course, we are chatting with Josh Planos with the Better Business Bureau about the latest scam or tip or things that you should know to make your life a little bit easier, less hectic, and to make sure you don't end up as a statistic, unfortunately. So we were chatting about the top scams in 2024, hoping that they don't follow us into this year, into 2025. Now, in the meantime, I know we are all keeping a very close eye on our weather, right? So let's chat about that. Taking a live look from our Blackstone camera now. This is from Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord, so he does have a forecast update for us. So did you see a few flurries this morning Well, if you did, they are anticipated to end into the afternoon hours. So just cloudy out there, as you can see from this live shot. Still pretty chilly, a high of 22. Then tonight, partly cloudy and breezy with a low of 5. So bundle up if you haven't already. Taking a live look now from our first national camera at the Woodlife building. Kind of a high angle looking down at the city and the streets out there. The courthouse in front of us as well, the downtown area. It doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic on city roads today. As we head into Wednesday, though, anticipate this gray scene you're seeing right now to have some sunshine in it, so that's good. Wednesday, I'm told, mostly sunny with a high of 27, so some good news there. Taking a live look from our Children's Nebraska cam now. Yeah, just gray skies out there, but seemingly Dodge traffic flowing smoothly, a little bit of traffic out there here and there, but everything seemingly just fine at this point. Thursday, though, expect increasing clouds, so we're going from Wednesday to Thursday. So Wednesday's sunny, and Thursday I'm anticipating may look similar to this image you're seeing right now on your screen as we take a live look from our Children's Nebraska camp. So Thursday, increasing clouds, a 30% chance of light snow showers with a high of 35. So I don't know about you, but late and light, those are good adjectives as far as our winter weather here and what we can expect. So just want to remind you, you can always head to our website, firstalert6.com, and you can check out the latest we have on breaking news, our top story at the moment, closings and delays out there on the roadways. So I like to take a look at these top banners. So right now that we have a breaking news banner, Omaha man charged with 6 counts in connection to homicide of a woman. I'll leave that as a web extra for you if you'd like to click on that. We do have an update on closings and delays out there. That's in the orange. So I'll click on that real quick.
Where regular brushes miss, Oral-B Electric hits for 100% cleaner teeth.
Oops, I'm gonna head back. A little commercial for you this afternoon. So yeah, if you click here, you can kind of, I hope you saw on your screen, you can kind of pick and choose, you know, different areas to take note of. And then this First Alert 6 weather alert from Rusty. So let me just figure out how I can mute this for y'all.
This is getting more all on us with T-Mobile for Business.
Good morning, everyone.
All right, end of ad. There we go. There's Rusty saying good morning to us, so that's good. But here's the latest on First Alert weather days. So yeah, this is still on Monday, and then the chill forecast, etc. But you can always head to our website for more information and more news. And of course, just want to say thank you so much for joining us at the Alert Center this afternoon. And please be sure to stay tuned for our broadcast at 3 o'clock with our Dave Zavolinsky. We'll see you then.